A senior citizen who was hit from his bicycle in Portmore, St. Catherine over a month ago has died in hospital. 75-year-old Earl Brooks, of Southborough, Portmore, St. Catherine, died on Friday. Police reports state that on October 10, Brooks was riding a bicycle along Nevada Drive in the community when he was hit by a motor vehicle. He reportedly suffered severe injuries and was assisted to the Kingston Public Hospital, where he was admitted. An investigation has been launched by the St. Catherine South Traffic Department. Police have launched a search for a 64-year-old female from the United Kingdom. The woman is Donetta Anderson, caregiver of Ramones Terra, Yorkshire Road, Mitcham, United Kingdom, and Roaring River, Westmoreland. She has been reported missing since Monday, November 25. She is of dark complexion, medium build, and about 152 centimeters, 5 feet tall. Reports from the Whithorn police are that at about 11:50 a.m., Anderson was last seen leaving her home. Her mode of dress is unknown. She has not been seen or heard from since. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Donetta Anderson is being asked to contact the Whithorn police at 876-957-7713, the 119 police emergency number, or the nearest police station. A farmer died as a result of injuries he sustained in a crash on the Succeed Main Road in northeast Manchester on Friday night. The deceased has been identified as Marlon Graham, otherwise called Tulips, a resident of Silent Hill in Manchester. Preliminary reports are that about 8 p.m., Graham was driving his motorcycle on the main road when, upon reaching in the vicinity of Bell's Funeral Home, he collided with a Toyota Axio motorcar. The impact flung Graham from the motorcycle onto the roadway. He died at the scene. Residents who gathered at the scene claimed that the Axio was being used to transport an injured person involved in another accident to hospital when the fatal crash took place. Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, councillor for the Denham Town Division, Jermaine Hyatt, has died. Observer Online understands that Hyatt suffered a suspected heart attack and died at hospital on Saturday night. Jamaica Labour Party Deputy Leader for Area Council 1 and Member of Parliament for West Kingston, Desmond McKenzie, confirmed the passing of Hyatt, who he described as a champion representative who gave priority to serving the people of his division with distinction. "I am stunned by news of the death of Councillor Hyatt. He served the people of Denham Town well. He was a champion representative who gave priority to serving the people of his division with distinction. Only a few weeks ago, he was in fine form when he addressed the Area Council 1 meeting in West Kingston. We will miss his contribution, even as we grieve his untimely death," McKenzie said. The JLP deputy leader also expressed condolences to Councillor Hyatt's family, friends, and colleagues. The Jamaica Labour Party's thoughts and prayers are with Councillor Hyatt's loved ones at this difficult time. "It is a trying time for us in the Jamaica Labour Party, in particular those of us who serve in the local government fraternity," McKenzie said. "Only a few weeks ago, we were hit by news of the death of Councillor Christopher Townsend, who is to be laid to rest on December 7, 2024 at the Beulah Pentecostal Temple at 27 Olympic Way in Kingston. We also continue to hold Councillor Townsend's family up in our prayers."
Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Friday, November 29, 2024. The Planning Institute of Jamaica, PIOJ, is projecting the economy to stabilize in the first quarter of next year after various weather events contributed heavily to a contraction in performance this year. For the July to September quarter of this year, economic activities declined by 2.8%, mostly due to Hurricane Beryl.
Other factors impacting performance included weakened demand, which resulted in the curtailment of economic activities. This was reflected in a downturn in business confidence and the release of a second Level 3 travel advisory by the U.S. State Department in July 2024. The first was in January 2024.
The PIOJ's Director General says Tropical Storm Raphael further impacted economic activities and a negative 1.5 to 0% outturn is now projected for the October to December quarter, with the full calendar year expected to be in the range of negative 1% to 0%.
This projection is further supported by preliminary data received for October 2024, which indicate a downturn in the hotels and restaurants industry. Provisional data reflect a decline of 1.1% in airport arrivals to 194,830 visitors. However, the mining and quarrying industry is anticipated to record a positive performance during October to December 2024.
Meanwhile, the PIOJ is projecting that the agriculture industry will return to growth in the first half of fiscal year 2025-2026. This follows a 13.5% decline in the July to September 2024 quarter due to the impact of Hurricane Beryl and other weather events, which will linger into December.
Lower production was recorded for 8 of the 9 crop groups, with the largest declines recorded for cereals, down 33.4%, condiments down 21.8%, vegetables down 17.3%, and fruits down 16.6%. Additionally, lower output was recorded for traditional export crops, which decreased by 15%, largely reflecting contractions in the production of banana, down 18.7%, coffee, down 70.4%, and cocoa, down 74.2%.
Dr. Wayne Henry says the recovery process will take 3 to 6 months. The Ministry of Agriculture had estimated losses to the sector at $6.5 billion, affecting approximately 45,000 farmers across the southern parishes. Meanwhile, the overall cost of damage and loss associated with the passage of Hurricane Beryl was estimated at $32.2 billion by the PIOJ. Of that figure, infrastructure accounts for 50% of the losses, totaling $15.9 billion. Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Senator Aubin Hill, says Jamaica continues to leverage public-private partnerships to achieve the country's sustainable development goals. Minister Hill says to date, Jamaica has successfully completed 7 public-private partnership transactions. These include the Norman Manley and Sangster International Airports, Kingston Container Terminal, North-South Highway, and Highway 2000. The Rio Cobre Water Treatment Plant and the Solar Energy and Efficiency Project in schools are in progress. According to Senator Hill, these partnerships demonstrate the strength of the country's institutions and reflects its commitment to inclusive growth.
When we leverage PPPs, we are fostering infrastructure development, creating opportunities for our youth, and contributing to the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals, ensuring that economic prosperity goes hand in hand with social empowerment and global competitiveness.
Senator Hill also highlights that the government's public-private partnership program is currently ranked 6th out of 29 countries in Latin America and the Caribbean based on Infoscope rankings. He was speaking at the 2024 UN Jamaica Partnership Forum in Kingston on Tuesday. UN Resident Coordinator Dennis Zulu says the private sector acts as a partner in development when it aligns its activities and investments with the country's development priorities and focuses on long-term value creation.
This can mean investing in projects that enhance the social, economic, and environmental fabric of communities. By looking beyond immediate short-term gains and prioritizing sustainable development, businesses help build a prosperous future for both it and the country at large.
74 capital projects are currently underway between the National Water Commission, NWC, and the Rural Water Supply Limited across the country. Speaking earlier this week at the post-cabinet press briefing, Minister with responsibility for water, Matthew Samuda, said the projects would result in improved supply to over 400,000 persons over the next 12 to 18 months. He added that this did not include the Caribbean Development Bank-funded projects, which would see the single largest investment in rural water supply in Jamaica coming in the first quarter of next year.
But all of that aside, all of the investment that is required to realize our national ambition for water supply has to be underpinned that while realizing this ambition, our citizens must have access to potable water where it is already possible and must have the dignity and ability to pay their bills.
The reiteration of the water projects follows the announcement of an NWC amnesty to help Jamaicans with little to no means to settle their debts with the Commission. And finally, the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service is reporting that a total of 1,756 new government positions have been created. These include 1,105 posts to the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, 452 created for the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, and 199 posts in the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Portfolio Minister Favour Williams gave the update at the post-cabinet press briefing on Wednesday.
This will increase the levels of job security and access to certain employees in terms of benefits, health and pension, which will boost the morale and reduce the likelihood of staff upheaval.
Minister Williams also highlighted that during her tenure at the Ministry of Education and Youth, 4,720 permanent posts were established for educational institutions.
The total of 4,720 represents individuals who would have been working in the school system for decades, but they were working temporarily and would not have been appointed to a permanent post until the cabinet decision that addressed that matter. So I'm pleased that we continue to work to positively impact the lives of Jamaicans.
And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Theo.